Welcome to my new Mexico beach house. Let me show you around. Now, I will be honest, my favorite part about this house and why I bought it was actually the front yard. So it's right next to the beach. Every morning we can just walk out there and go jump in the water. I absolutely love that part of it. So let's start with the upstairs first. Come on up. So we're gonna completely redo and renovate a lot of this house, I should say. So right now the walls are yellow. We're gonna be painting all the walls white. And we're gonna go for more of like a modern boho chic look. This is definitely more of a traditional, like Mexican style. You can even see like the lighting fixture right there. So we're in the process of renovating, so it's gonna be a little bit messy. And to make this video extra interesting, I'm gonna share with you guys my 3 top tips, like the three of the most important things I've learned over the last like 8 years of being a full-time entrepreneur. And here, come on over. So this is the living room here, and right now all the different couch cushions were blue. We're changing it to like a lighter blue because when this is all painted white, I think it's gonna look really nice with the white and the light blue. So and then over here is also the view. So we got an ocean view, which is nice. You have the palm trees right here. Absolutely love this. We're looking at adding another like second story so you can go up and get even a better view because, I mean, it's a nice ocean view, but I think a little bit higher up could be even better. So with that being said, let me start with one of my first like big lessons that I've learned over the last 8 years plus of being a full-time entrepreneur. And that's having a why. So I think a big mistake that a lot of people make is they don't have a strong reason why they're doing what they're doing. Maybe they have goals of like, I want to make $150,000 a year. But why do you want to make $150,000 a year? So when I quit my corporate job 8 years ago, my goal was to make $300 a day passive income. Why? I wanted freedom. I wanted to be able to have the freedom to travel around the world, to live my dream life. And part of the reason I bought this house is because if we're gonna live here, Ariana, who's behind the camera, if we're gonna live here, we can live here 6 months out of the year, we can travel the other 6 months out of the year, and when we're not here, we can Airbnb it. But maybe, and I love this town. So this is a little beach town in Mexico. There's yoga, there's surfing. In fact, there's a yoga studio right across the street. I've been here a number of different times, and it's my favorite yoga studio is just right across the street. The best beach in town is right in front of the house here. So that's absolutely amazing. There's great restaurants all around. And this is my dream town. So we're gonna try living here. The goal is November through May of this coming year, because that's like the best time of the season. And if we end up loving it, great. But if after a month or two we're like, nah, this isn't actually for us, like we don't want to live here, that's okay too, because could be a rental property. And I think that's actually a really big investment, is investing in international real estate rental property. So this probably is going to be one of the spots that I work out of right here. Wake up in the morning, I meditate usually out on the patio here, or this morning actually went down to the front yard, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, and just meditated, looked at the beach, and then afterwards Ariana and I worked out. There's a great spot right next door that we work out at. And the cool thing about that is after you're done working out, you get to jump in the ocean. So Ariana and I jumped in the ocean. It was like, I don't know, how warm do you think it was? Like 85 degrees? It was super warm. So this is the kitchen. We're looking at completely redoing this and putting a granite or a quartzite or like some kind of a natural stone across here. But I do like this, the fact that you could have people sitting here. In fact, one of the things that I'm going to be doing, my parents are here, they're helping me renovate, and one of the things I'm going to be doing is buying them we're going to have a private chef come over and cook for us, and he's going to be cooking here. It looks really amazing. It's a really cool Airbnb experience. And I think it's cool because like we can sit here while the chef's cooking, or if we're ever entertaining guests, same kind of thing. It's like you could be cooking in the kitchen while the guests are hanging out here. So this is the kitchen. Yeah, I mean, just pantry space right here. And the cool thing is, since we bought this, it was already an Airbnb property. It comes fully stocked with utensils and dishes and a bunch of other stuff. So this is the first bedroom I'll show you. And right now my parents are staying here, but once Ariana and I move here, this would probably be the bedroom that we would use. So as you can see, it's definitely very, typical like Mexico themed. You have the yellow and the blue, you have the mural. We're still deciding, I think, what we're gonna put back here is like a headboard, but we're definitely gonna get rid of the mural at some point. Even though it's beautiful, I just don't know if it really goes with the vibe. So it came pre-furnished, which is really nice, and it's relatively affordable. So here's the bathroom. Let's get you in here. So I don't love this style shower, but I mean, there's something nice about it, but it's not my favorite style. Like, I like the more traditional, like high quality glass, but again, we're gonna be renovating a lot of this and updating it, modernizing it. And let's go downstairs, show you guys what it's like downstairs. Lots of fans. Actually, one thing I didn't point out that I should, that's really important. There is a rule in this part of Mexico that if you are above a certain height, you have to have a palapa, which is really cool. We actually need to get the palapa replaced, which is kind of annoying, kind of expensive, but I don't know, there's something kind of relaxing about it. One thing we also are gonna be adding here is a hammock. We don't have a hammock yet. I love reading, laying in a hammock and just reading. So let's go downstairs. I'll show you guys the bedroom that we're staying in, and I'll show you a bedroom that I'm gonna be filming out of. And I think actually this might be a good time to share my second tip, my second like big lesson I've learned over these last few years. And I'll do that right after we talk about this room. So this is just like a little laundry room, a lot of towels and stuff. That's another cool thing. It came with towels. There's an owner's closet. I actually don't have the key on me right here. But so this is something where we could put stuff when we're not staying here and there's guests staying here. We could put a bunch of stuff in there, and that way they don't get to it. But usually the guests would have access to the other stuff. So this is the room that Ariana and I have been staying in. So the whole house is a 3-bedroom house, and Ariana's a little bit cleaner than me. I had to clean up a little bit before this. And there's also gonna be this like deck area out here, which at first I thought was kind of useless because there's so much space in this house. I think it's 3,800 square feet. I also haven't mentioned, which we'll walk by later, there's a pool. So this is a condo complex. There's 6 units. So we'll walk by the condo complex later. So this is the bed. Again, I think this will end up being, when Ariana and I are staying here, like a guest bedroom. And that's one big thing. I want to invite a lot of people from back in LA, a lot of vloggers and other YouTubers and people like that to come and visit this town and come enjoy it. So I'll just show you the bathroom really quick. Again, we're going to be painting everything white and really changing up the decor. So we got the shower here. This one has a tub, which is nice. And I don't know what we're going to do about I don't know if we're going to put granite in here or what we're going to do. That's a down the road thing. So I should mention, I guess, I think maybe over here would be a good time to mention the second secret. So this room, my plan is to turn it into an office. And right now, I'm going to be completely honest with you, it's a war zone in there. So my mom right now is redoing all the couch cushions, as I was talking about before. So she's been using this as a workroom. And as you can see, it's kind of a mess, but that's okay. Like, I really appreciate that my mom's doing this. So the idea that I'm going to be doing is to have student products, like products of people that have gone through my Amazon FBA program and my own products and some other things like that, all along the back here. And so I'd be sitting right here, the camera would be right here, lights coming this way, and then all around this background, almost make it like a little, like show off all the different student products right here. And so I think here, we'll go out here in just a minute, but there's also like a little kitchenette in here. And I think this would be a good time to talk about the second, like probably most important lesson I've learned it's relevant to buying this whole property. One thing that not enough people talk about is as you start making more money, as you start getting higher up on the ladder of success in your life, I think it's actually really important to upgrade your life. And this is something that a lot of people would disagree with me on. But what I would say is, let's say you have 2 identical people, one that's living in a box in the middle of Kansas or I don't know, some place where there's nothing fun to do, and another one that's living on the beach in a tropical island that they love. Which one in the long term is going to have more success? Now, in my opinion, I would say the person that's living their dream life. Now, okay, for the person living in the box in Kansas, if that's their dream, then sure. But what I've found in my life is as I start to get more success, I reinvest that money into my own happiness, into myself. And there's lots of different ways to invest in yourself. Obviously, training, buying, online courses is a big thing right now, or joining masterminds, or buying books. I mean, buying books is by far the best way to reinvest into yourself, at least dollar per dollar. But another one is to upgrade your apartment, upgrade where you're living. And I did a video, I'll link up here, about how I got my dream apartment for free. And a shortcut answer to that is basically by moving into my dream apartment, I ended up doubling my income every single year. And so that's a really huge thing that I think as you have more success, reinvesting into your own happiness will pay dividends. Because what happens is, as you are happier, you have more dopamine, you have more energy. And as you have more energy, and you enjoy life more. And there's a certain point that if you're not enjoying your life, you're just not going to work as hard. And that's kind of my analogy I was talking about earlier, is if you take the person that's living in a box in Kansas, they're just not going to work as hard. So let's keep going. So that's a big thing. I mean, we can show you the bathroom in here. Oh, it's locked from that side. Kind of similar style. Again, going to be doing a lot of renovations in here. But for me, the most important part about this entire house, I'll show you, is out front. We'll show you that in a little bit, is the beach. It's just amazing to be living right on the beach. So here is a nice little area. I've been coming out here, actually, you can see here, I've been coming out here and just doing some reading, which I used to, I haven't been doing a lot of reading in the last couple of years because I've been busy trying to grow my business. But this is a great book. I think all men should read it. King, Warrior, Magician, Lover. It talks about Jungian archetypes. So if you're interested in Jung, this is a much easier book. If you ever try to read a Carl Jung book, it's very, very hard. So show you around. Another thing that we could do, these rooms actually lock. And so if I wanted to, at some point, I could live on the top floor. Ariana and I could live on the top floor. And we could rent out these rooms. And there is a little kitchenette. So you got the sink, all this kind of stuff. And this all came, they're going to be fixing this up. That's part of the deal of buying the house. Right now it's a little bit rusted. But what I'd like to do is put a hammock out here. And that would be, I think for me, I prefer to read in a hammock. It's just more comfortable than reading on the couch. So let's do this. Let's go out to the pool and then I'll take you to the front. So this is the pool. This is all common area. There's also, and actually let's come up here real quick. There's also this spot up here, which is, there's like a kitchen. So if we're having guests over and we want to just, cook, we can do that here. There's 2 barbecues down here. I'll show you as well. And I love that there's so much seating here. The pool is actually really warm. It's technically not heated, but it's so hot outside that I think since the ocean is warm, that the pool water is warm too. So this is one of the grills, a charcoal grill. There's another one over here. And there's lots of seating. Now, another thing I love about this unit is it's very tropical. It's very like jungle. So as you're walking to the beach over here, you get to pass by like all these beautiful flowers and everything. And now one of my complaints, I will say, is the homeowners association fee, the HOA fee, is a little bit high here, but it pays for like a full-time gardener and it pays for full-time security. There's security all the time. So that's kind of a nice thing too. So as we're walking here, get the nice jungle vibes, and we'll go out front and you'll get to see the beach in just a second. This is another one of the units here. It's a 2-story unit. This one was more expensive. It was like 50% more than my unit, but honestly, I like my unit better. So that's a whole nother conversation. So as you can start to maybe hear, you got the ocean right here, and over in this area right here is where Ariana and I work out in the morning. Actually, I guess technically it's up there. So here's another nice thing, that as you jump in the water, you can come up here and you can shower. So this whole front yard area is really nice. And what I do is I'll come out here in the morning and meditate. And to me, it's such a peaceful way to start the day. So you start the day, you meditate. This is actually the chair that I was sitting in this morning. You can meditate here. Then Ariana met me at 8:30. We slept in a little bit today. Met me right here at 8:30, and we went and we worked out in that little area right there. Then we went on the beach, and one of our favorite things to do for exercise is tag. So I run around, and Ariana chases me and tags me. She gets embarrassed by it sometimes, but it's fun. There's a lot of good restaurants, and get a massage place. You see there's actually 2 massage places. There's a massage place there. There's another massage place. It's usually over there, but it's not there right now. We went to dinner last night at this place. They got good tacos and good drinks. Though I think Ariana and I ended up getting like a non-alcoholic drink. But this is paradise to me. We can see down there's another town called San Pancho, And then over here, there's a bunch of like condos. And in town, there's just tons of great restaurants. There's an MMA gym where I like to go and do jujitsu. And my favorite part is there's an amazing community here with interesting events happening all the time. Yoga, drum circles, salsa, whatever you want to do is within walking distance in this town. The last big lesson I have for you, one of the big lessons I've learned over these last 8 years, is whatever it means for you to upgrade your life, reinvest your money that you're making into your happiness. Whether it's maybe renting a nicer apartment, or here's the truth, you could move down to Mexico in a place like this and pay almost nothing in rent. And it's actually probably gonna be cheaper than living in the US. So figure out what it means to live your dream life and start doing it now. And I did a video right here where I talk about how I made my first $1 million. I talk about year by year exactly how much money I made, how I did it. So if you haven't yet made a lot of money and that's something you're looking to do is make money online, check out that video and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.